Hi guys, welcome to JDM My name's Jose Cornejo, and I'm here to show you how to correct minor issues where your parking lights do not turn on when you use our plug-and-play double filament load resistors. Today we're working with a 3157 double filament plug-and-play load resistor. The plug-and-play load resistor, it does have a load resistor component which offers 50 watts and 6 ohms in resistance per filament. But a lot of issues that we're getting is where the parking lights do not want to turn on with the low filament. So let's go ahead and show you what you can do to modify your plug-and-play load resistor so that your low intensity or parking lights will function properly with your vehicle. So to do that, it's real simple. What you want to do is you want to grab the low intensity resistor. To identify that, you simply want to look at the red wire that you have here. The red wire is the low intensity on our plug-and-play double filament load resistors. So you want to grab the load resistor component that has the red and the blue wire. And this is the component that you want to remove. You can cut and modify this so that way it'll work with your vehicle. You can cut it. We highly recommend you want to cut somewhere in this area, just because this load resistor component is still good. You can use it for another application that needs error codes corrected or a hyper flashing issue corrected. So don't discard it, hold on to it because you can still use it, but you don't want to cut too close because then it may be a little difficult to try to get those wires to join together. So you want to cut it somewhere along the middle. So I'm going to go and show you where we're going to cut it here. We just kind of want to keep it fairly close in the middle. So the wires are cut. I'm going to grab my scissors here and cut this little cover. Alrighty, so that's cut off there. And then you will have your two wires. You want to remove this cover as it is getting in the way. And then you should have your two wires. Now you can use the two wire joint connector and basically wire these together. We don't recommend leaving it exposed. You can either use electrical tape. We prefer to use our splicing clamps, which is a lot safer to use than electrical tape or any other option. But again, either one would work out. This is just our preferred method. So you want to insert this into the clamps. Give me 1 second here with this guy. Let's grab another one. This one has more clearance. There it is. Okay, and once you have that in there, we're going to go ahead and splice it. You want to grab our pliers here. Apply a little bit of pressure. Alrighty. Oh no. A little clamp busted here, but no worries guys. As you can see here, the splice is in there, the wire's not exposed, and it's definitely together. So then you want to grab the other side and basically do the same thing. You don't want to cut too high, and you definitely don't want to cut too close to the resistor, so that way you can use this. So we're going to grab our cutters here and just real quickly cut this. Okay, so the wire's cut. I'm going to grab my scissors and just finish cutting this little guy. And again, this load resistor, it's still good. Do not discard it. Hold on to it. Use it for another application that needs minor hyper flashing or error codes corrected. So hold on to this little guy. But we're going to put that to the side for now. And then we don't want to leave this wire exposed. What we're going to do, we don't have another wire to splice it onto, so what we're going to do is we're just going to grab some electrical tape to fix this here. Okay, so we're going to grab this, remove the cover there, and real simple, just cover that. You don't want that to damage anything else. You know, worst case scenario, don't want to risk it. But once you got that little guy nice and covered, you should be good and ready to go. So now the load resistor component is all set. So let's go ahead and test it. To test the load resistor, we're going to use our most popular LED turn signal bulb, our PX LED bulb, which does have the brightest lighting in amber color. So it's highly recommended for the front or the rear turn signals. But that's 3157 size for demonstrating purposes. This is what we're using today. So we're going to grab this and we're pretty much just going to insert it into the socket. And then again, for demonstration purposes, we're going to connect the load resistor directly to our power supply, which is a 12 volt. So we're going to go ahead and wire it directly, so that way you can see the difference in brightness between both intensities. And then you can also see the difference in power between both intensities, not having the load resistor on the parking lights. So let's go ahead and check this out here, guys. Let me aim the bulb away from the camera here. Okay, I just got to make sure that I line up the ground and the low and high intensity here. So it might be a little tricky for me, guys, since you are working with the vehicle. I'm working with a power supply, so I got to hold on to this. So let's go and test it out. Okay, so we're going to rotate this guy. Alrighty. Okay. So we're not getting a read on the low intensity. Usually that could mean the actual splice wasn't done correctly. So let's go ahead and double check that here. Okay. Alrighty. That was my fault, guys. Always double check and make sure the splice went through, so that way that low intensity will work out. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, we're going to go ahead and turn the lights off, so that way you can clearly see the reading on the amps and you can see the difference in brightness. So here goes. So this is the low intensity, I believe. Just give me 1 second, this wire slipping here. So this is the low intensity. As you can see here, we're getting a reading of about 0.03 amps. So the high intensity with the load resistor component, we get about 2.5 amps, which is normal because it is an increased amperage. Alright guys, so just to recap, to show you what it is that we did today. We grabbed our plug and play double filament load resistor and we pretty much removed the low intensity or parking light or daytime running light load resistor. And this is the component that we removed. As far as the wires, again, the wires that we cut were the red ones. And this is one set of wires that we cut on one side of the load resistors, and we did splice them together so that way they're not exposed. And then we also cut the blue wire, which again, you want to make sure you find a way to either cover the end. You don't want to leave it exposed. We used black electrical tape. It's up to you. You can use either a clamp or a joint to make sure this is not exposed. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more weekly videos on how to correct minor issues when you upgrade to LED lighting. And have a wonderful day and a happy holidays from JDM ASTAR.